Okay. Alrighty, hello, and welcome to another episode of Discussing the Resilient Podcast Live Plague Surgery. Good to see some people in chat already, so hello Nurgle Matthew, Reticle Spartan, unlucky there about having to put your kids to bed. Sorry about that, mate. I'll try. Hopefully you'll catch you in the replay. And Cranky Krogan, who actually I think you are second up today, if I remember right. Yes, you are, so you'll get to see yours 100% today. And hello, Born Not to Run. How's everyone doing? Has everyone had a good weekend? Let me know if the volume is okay. Yeah, we'll sort of just crack into it. So for anyone that might be new to the channel and the stream, this is the stream where basically we have a members only Discord. And in this, we have a plague surgery down here. And our members can post their lists in the plague surgery. And myself, Death Guard Dave, sometimes Will basically go through your list, give any advice. And the more information you can give us is the better for feedback. So, like this guy says here, he plays in a very Necron, hard to remove brick heavy meta. Things like that going to help us basically identify and help you guys with your list building stuff. So, I am on me Todd tonight, so I've got a drink because I'm going to be talking a lot. But yeah, let's sort of get into it. So, just a quick update as well. I have unfortunately started caving in, so that is a war dog you can see. So don't judge me. We're going to talk about that upcoming soon. But if you do like the channel, please leave a like and a subscribe if you are new. It really helps us out. So hello Tel as well. So let's get into this. So first up, we've got Daiwan Tiamus, who says, I play in a very Necron, hard to remove brick heavy meta. So I'm going to guess that's Awakened Dynasty usually. Runs Lichguard bricks, Warriors and Immortal bricks, and 2 Doomsday Arcs. Right, okay. So he's called his list OC Control, so we already know sort of like an idea of what he's trying to play for here, which is going to be our OC in the opponent. So we got, to start off, we have a Ballast Putrefire, a Death Guard Icon Bearer, interesting, Mortarion, Noxious Blightbringer, that's for the leadership knocking down, we live in Plague as well, Typhus, Plague Marines, 10 man, 1 Bibotic, 2 Plague Belchers. Right, okay, so we've got some upgrades we can make here, some Plague Spewers, Plague Marines, Plague Light Launcher, okay. 1 Rhino, a big 6-man Death Shot Terminators, 2 Plagueburst Crawlers, Poxwalkers, and a Night Rampager. Okay. Right. Hello, Sierra, thank you so much for becoming a Plague Marine. Massively appreciate it. Again, if you do become a Plague Marine, check out the community tab on our YouTube channel. There's a link to our Discord. You can click that, you can join, and you can get in here. Thank you so much for the support. Massively appreciate it. Yeah, you are also now free to submit a Plague Surgery as well, which is really nice. Okay, so 2 things we need to look at on this one is, they have identified that it's a Necron heavy brick meta. So when it comes to Necron bricks, the main core rule is to be able to either try the best to delete in a single activation, or the other one is to sort of like play around it, which is, it's going to be tough if they're running bricks of Lichguard, Warriors, and Immortals. Now, I like Mortarion here, only because in this matchup, if they've brought Illuminor, is it Illuminor Zeraz? He basically gives their entire army like Armor of Contempt if they're near him, which makes it so much harder to grind through those bricks of like Immortals and Warriors. Being able to ignore is actually quite nice, and Mortarion can be quite difficult for this army to deal with. Part of the Doomsdarks, they're actually kind of scary. So he's kind of going the OC control route here, which is, it's okay, but I tend to not go with OC against Necrons, because the problem is, you can out-OC them. The problem is, once they get to a point, if they start positioning themselves to just block out the point completely, and they start regenerating, you're not going to win. And you're going to have this attritional battle against an army that's constantly regenerating models, and you're not. So, to out-OC, kind of playing the long game, and you can't really play the long game against Awakened Dynasty, because they're going to out-engine you. They have an entire army built around reanimation, you don't. Which is worrying. My better opinion for dealing with Necron, especially with bricks, is you need to bring such absurd output, you just go, oh, cute brick, delete, and it never gets a chance to regenerate. The most damage you want to do in like 1 impact, you literally want to have a horrific shooting, followed by a horrific melee, like a 1-2, bang, get into the dirt, good night, son, kind of approach. So, when we're looking at this here, like, we've got the Icon Bearer, and yeah, okay, you know, it gives a plus OC to your squad, that's decent. You've got the Noxious Blightbringer. Again, that's giving out the aura of -2 leadership. I can't remember if that's -1 OC as well. I'll have to check my phone where I can find it, but I think it's downstairs. Can someone just check if Blightbringer's... I know he's -2 leadership. I can't remember if he's -1 OC still, or if that's an old rule. So someone can just double check that for me. But again, same sort of idea there. Not too sure on the whole out OC and Necrons. And we've got Typhus. Typhus is decent. So the first thing I want to see here is we have a big brick of Death Shroud Terminators. Now these are your blob killer, but they're not a blob killer with Typhus. Typhus is here to make these guys brawlers. Brawlers are good for extended engagement, so consistent turns of fighting where you're going to be -1 to hit, and that's not what you need in this matchup. You need absurd output. So for me in this one, I actually love a Lord of Virulence. Lord of Virulence giving you full rerolls to wound on those flamers means you're going to drop down, have 8d6 flamers, you're going to get to reroll all your wounds, make sure you got them in Contagion Aura, hit the button for +1 AP on there if you need it, and just delete a ton of models, like as much as you can, delete them. You should have done this off for Rapid Ingress, so then you get to charge and follow up. 6 Death Shroud on the charge with the Lord of Virulence should clean up whatever was left from that initial spraying, because it is a lot of damage. I have this thing come down and like kill Custody squads, so it can easily kill like a squad of warriors who only have a 4-up save. You drop down, hit the AP stratagem on it, get the -1 save contagion on them. They got 6-up saves. You've got what, 8d6 auto hits, full rolls to wound. One of the d6 of it is AP3, so no saves at all on that kind. There's a good chance you potentially, if you spike high, you could just like delete a unit, especially with Immortals, because they're only 10 1 wound models. They can't go to 20s like Warriors can, so your chance of deleting one of those squads is actually just straight up really, really high. The Lich Guard are a bit more interesting because they're 20 wounds and 2 wounds each, and then obviously you have like Warriors who can be a bit more troublesome there. But if you want to maximise the output that squad's going to have the second it comes in, which I think is core to beating Necron bricks, I'd go Lord of Virulence in there. Again, Rapid Ingress, walk forward, spray a unit with +1 AP, charge it, finish off the rest. Gone. Brick deleted, dealt with. Yeah, there is no OC dripping at far not. Now, on your Plague Marine squads, I see you've gone for double sprayers. You've gone like 2 Spewers and you got 2 Plague Belchers. Okay, Plague Belchers are never worth it. They're just not good. This squad can't get rerolls to wound. Anti-infantry 4-up's just not that good without rerolls to wound. Not worth that. You'd be much better at this point, especially again, this meta you're talking about, is just going, I don't even know if you go Spewers. I think in this kind of meta, you might actually just go for pure melee, go Biotic Weapons and Heavy Plague Weapons, because again, the damage needs to be done in one hit. You don't want to give them a chance to get back up. You can spray 2 Plague Belchers, you average 7 hits, you average like 3.5 wounds, let's be generous and say 4 wounds. Maybe you kill 1 or 2 guys, cool, then they pay the command point, regenerate it. You've done nothing. You've literally done nothing. You'd be much better having the Biological Putrefier in there, and then you could potentially, this is one of the instances where I would, if you're not worried about being charged, because again, we're not worried about being charged, we need to just do overwhelming damage, you could do a Biological Putrefier plus either a Tallyman or a Chaos Lord. You're basically just looking to maximize the potential output in one turn. That in a full squad of melee weapons, hit the 1 command point sustained hits. Again, -1 save, will pretty much one bomb any of those big nasty blobs. This is one of the few times where I would actually commit to having a dedicated melee squad because of the meta you're finding yourself in. And again, you don't really need the Foul Blight spawn unless you're getting charged by the Lich Guard. Again, you can play around that, they're kind of slow. But if you want to just maximize the impact you do, I would definitely put in the actual like Biotic Weapons over the Flamers there, because the Flamers are just going to do chip damage. Chip damage is not what you need versus Necrons. It has to be all in one. So just quickly come back to the chat. I was kind of gifted last month, so I'm here to stay now. Oh, awesome. Thank you so much. I'm glad you decided to stay. I have to DM some D&D tonight, so I'll watch it later. No problem. I hope you have a good D&D session and enjoy yourself. My main opponent plays a very similar Necron list. Last match I had to kill Xeris. Yeah, Xeris is awful. He's he's kind of a pain in the ass. But yeah, a lot of contagion with deadly pathogen and sustained hits. That will definitely do it. That's one of the hardest hitting things we have. So if something's going to do it, it's probably going to be him. So at this moment, I'm thinking Typhus out, Lord of Virulence in, get rid of the Icon Bearer, because again, the Icon Bearer is not doing too much for you. Like, it gives you that OC, but what's better than out OC in a squad of Necron Warriors is deleting those Necron Warriors from existence. So again, you go -1 save, plus robotic weapons, plus heavy plague weapons, you charge into that squad, every single thing is ignoring their save. They only have a 4-up save, and you're AP3 on everything. You're just going to clean that out. Whereas the Icon Bearer, you just kind of like gives you extra OC, which is nice, but I would just rather like delete that unit. So I'd change him to some form of like, or you can get rid of the Noxious Blightbringer. Again, he could go into something like a Chaos Lord or a Tallyman, combined with a Biological Putrefier, or go double Biological Putrefier and have one for each squad. Oh, you got a 5-man squad here. Okay. Right. So thank you very much, Lazy Chicken, for the gifted membership. Congratulations, James Fuller, on your membership. So this 5-man squad here is not going to be doing much for you, because again, just because of the nature of your opponent. Now, if this is just to hold home sort of thing, then I understand. I would probably swap it out for something like just 10 Cultists or 10 Poxwalkers, because you get 40 points to play around with, which can then be put elsewhere into your list, which would be quite nice to free up. Play Rhino. Yeah, you need a Rhino for your 10-man. So, Plagueburst Crawlers are in. I get the reasoning. You've got the Mortars, you've got all the OC leadership bonuses elsewhere, which is trying to stop the Battle Shock test, because then if they fail the Battle Shock test, they can't use the strats to stuff like reanimation protocols on the spot. It's a cool little bit of tech. It is genuinely a cool little bit of tech. And you have the entry cannons there to sort of help out versus Doomsday Arcs, which is pretty good. We do like that. So PBCs are not too bad, honestly, in this matchup. Again, the chip damage isn't going to do too much on them. You could potentially swap them out for flamers and just run them very aggressively. A lot of the list that you're against really suck when they get touched in melee, especially by vehicles, because again, mortals like strength 5 or strength 4 in close combat, that's it, AP 0-1 damage. Warriors are the same. Even Lich Guard are going to struggle to kill stuff like a Plagueburst Crawler in combat, so you could run them as battering rams, but if you want the entropy cannons for the Doomsday Arcs, then yeah, I understand that as well. But yeah, they're fine, they're an alright choice. What I want to see here is, you got 20 Poxwalkers. They're not too bad against Necrons, because you can kind of just do the whole, like, I'm regenerating, you're regenerating. So that can actually be quite decent, just pinning something down. You could put that into the Lich Guard brick and just keep them busy for a couple turns, which is, you know, potentially it does happen. But again, they're never going to kill it, so you're just going to be there forever. So if you do that, try not do it on an objective, especially not like Warriors or something. If it's against Lich Guard, potentially, because they're only 1 OC each. So maybe that's not too bad. The Night Rampager, however, is I don't know. The Night Rampager is very unlikely going to one-shot a unit. He's very big, he's very scary, and going to draw a lot of firepower. And again, they're going to struggle to hurt him in melee. But the problem is, once you actually get there, what's he doing? You've got, is it like 15 sweep attacks, something like that. But again, it's not going to kill the entire squad. They're going to regenerate. You're like OC like 12 or something like that. All they have to have is 6 warriors alive, and you're not contesting that. For 380 points. Now, him and Morty are great for pressures, so that's a great pressure options, but you're not really after pressure here. You just need absurd output. So if you had it, like, I'd honestly just change the Rampager for, like, up this second man to another 180 point squad. Again, all the bells and whistles on it, maximize the damage output, and have that, basically, because you get 90 points easily from there. Plus, like, you trade out some characters into upgrading that even more to have all the extra bells and whistles to do damage output. You get a Rhino as well, which is quite cool. Oh, cool, Dylan. So Dylan is doing. You got the baby voice and you're like, hi, I'm doing. But yeah, cheers for submitting your list, mate. It is an annoying thing to face Awakened Dynasty. I do know your pain. So the Rampager's a bit iffy on this one. I'm not sure if I like the Rampager here. If you wanted to do like ultimate memes, what you would actually probably better doing is like drop the Poxwalkers. This is so stupid, but it's gonna work. Drop the Poxwalkers if you don't need them, or find 100 points somewhere. Change that guy to type Doomsday Axe. Okay, I can see that. I'm like, you'll punch it and you should kill it. To be honest with you. I kind of get that, but 380 points is, like, you should be killing it on the charge. Like, I get what you mean, because it is kind of fast. It's faster than anything we've got here. But at the same time, like, if you get into combat with their infantry, and you start wrapping them, you won't be able to be shot in your infantry by the blast weapons anyway, because they can't target infantry in close combat. So, you could do that, but do you know what's even better versus Doomsday Axe than a Rampager? The spoiler with double battle cannons. Shoot them. Shoot them things at the toughness 8 Doomsday arc. Watch it go vanish very quickly. And you know what else it's also good at? Shooting at big blobs of infantry with its 4d6 plus 12 shots plus blast. It's pretty fucking funny, I won't lie. I played it recently versus Orcs. The thing's horrendous. It's got such a good profile into Necron matchup because it's all 4-up invulnerable on the arc. So the AP1, AP2, because the Death Guard is a -1 save, isn't too bad. But you want to sneak a couple through. I was killing easily, like, you know, I'd have killed like repulsors every turn, even with just 3-up saves. Give it if your opponent's willing to let you proxy it. Try it out. Try out the double battle cannon, to spoiler, and see what it does. I'd like to see that. So that my initial changes for this list, mate, are go away from this OC'sness up here. Put this into more killy. So Typhus out for a lot of virulence into the Squad of Death Shroud here. Drop all the flamers. Go pure melee on this. Give the Biological Putrefier and then either a Chaos Lord or a Tallyman to that squad to really amp the damage again. Because then you've got 2 units that are guaranteed basically going to wipe blobs out. Then you can bring, like, again, Unite Despoiler because you can find some points for it somewhere. That thing should pick up a squad that mostly every turn. And again, you have, like, PBCs that can still, like, help to chip off, like, you've left, like, 2 guys alive or someone's on 2 wounds. You've got the PBCs who can then help out with that. And the entropy cannons are going to kind of keep the Doomsday Axe a bit more honest. The range isn't great, but again, the Despoiler has 72-inch range, so the Doomsday Axe will keep their head tucked in if they know they can be shot by that. Just again, make sure you get the first shot. You can tow onto terrain to shoot through, so you can wait behind terrain. They have to expose the Doomsday Axe to shoot your Plagueburst Crawlers on Mortarion. Cool. You just make sure you can move to get an angle and blast it back to hell. Okay, so they're my initial reactions to this one. Go away from your OC route. Go more into I'm just going to delete your brick straight away. If they don't ever get a chance to reanimate, they're basically playing without an army rule. So that's the best way of doing it. So yeah, give that a shot. Let us know how it goes. And I would like, if you do try out the Despoiler, let me know how it goes because they are funny. I've played it a few times. It is funny. I won't lie. No problem, Dylan. Okay, Krogan, you did put something in the chat. So very quickly, Tentacles. Thoughts on 2x3 man Death Shrouds versus 1x6. So in general, I like 2x3. It's good for toolbox and uses. The difference is in this specific scenario, Dylan needs something to actually just come in, delete something and do absurd damage. That's where the 6-man's better. The 6-man's also a bit more strat efficient because obviously 6 models benefiting from it rather than 3. But the 2-3-mans is perfectly fine as well. I use that usually because I'm more of a toolbox player. But sometimes the situation does just call for a big brick of death, which the 6-man's very good for. I was trying to focus this list mainly to just be fun and ridiculous. It uses some combos I've always wanted to try since I started playing. Is it great? No. Is it going to be fun? Maybe. Okay, no worries. So, you're doing the battle shock thing. Okay. Typhus, Death Guard, Icon Bearer, the Droning, Lord of Contagion, Malignant Plaguecaster, Noxious Blightbringer, Living Plague, 7 Plague Marines, 10 Cultists, 3 Death Shroud, 30 Blood Drone, 30 Blood Drone, 30 Blood Drone, 2 Plagueburst Crawlers, and a Plagueburst Eye. A Night A-Bomb. Okay. Okay, so what feedback do you want on this? Do you want, like, competitive feedback, or do you want me to increase the meme value? Because I can take this meme value up another notch, because some funny combos you can do. So I'll give you a second to think on that one. Because if you want more memes, we can definitely do that. If you want me to make it good, then obviously we'll chop quite a few things out. My thoughts to basically get the enemy unit stuck in the middle, soaking up contagion, failing battle shock and taking mortal wounds. Plaguecaster can prevent units from running away with -2 to move. So I was thinking dropping the 2 Plaguecasters and something else to fit in Rotiger, so you could buff the Plague Bearers as well as keeping people stuck in the middle. Okay, so you want to do the memes? Okay. So, right, okay. So, we won in this list. So the Night A-Bomb pulses out AoE mortal wounds. We want to take Chaos Lords because they also pump out AoE mortal wounds, and I like to call it walking the Abominant. So the Chaos Lord walks around with the A-Bomb, and anything that's in range is going to roll 2 dice and take mortal wounds on 4-ups on both of them. So I would probably swap the Blightbringer out for a Chaos Lord with Living Plague again. Try and up that. If you're going full in on the memes, then so don't swap him out, because obviously you want the -1 aura, so we'll have to find room for him. If you want to go all in on the actual memes for it, so yeah, we go with that. I'm trying to think now. You could go for third Plagueburst Crawler. It's just a lot of points, obviously, to take up. It is it's 200 points. It's stupid. The droning usually just goes better on the Blightbringer because they're in range for his -1 aura. That's going to be like failing it a lot more. So I'd actually swap your Blightbringer for the Icon Bearer there. Give him the droning instead. Living Plague's cute. The Living Plague's usually better on a Chaos Lord just for more chances to get people rolling on stuff like that. Icon Bearer doesn't really do too much here. Or you could swap Lord of Contagion for a Chaos Lord in Terminator armor. That's an easier way to do it, because then he can come down. He's also tougher, so you'll be able to stick with the Death Shroud. They can walk around with a Knight A-bomb, basically pumping out mortal wounds everywhere for a bit of a laugh. If you do want to go all in on the meme to do with the droning, then you probably want the third Plagueburst Crawler, just so you can try and like drop 2 Flesh Mowers down to a third Plagueburst Crawler. This is a pressure list. You're just gonna like run at people. Like you're just gonna have 3 Plagueburst Crawlers, the Knight A-bomb, the Rhino with the Plague Casters, and then some Plague Marines in it on the line, and basically just like push into your opponent, because you need to get them in Contagion range straight away, and all those fort rolls. Now, Soviet Bile Piper, he's okay. I honestly don't. You can't take that as well, because the stupid rule. Oh no, their Plague Bearer is a battle line, obviously. So they're both battle lines. So yeah, you could do that. Rotagus in this list can actually be interesting because you half OC, and like you're battle shocking a lot of shit. I don't know though if it's worth it to do that. I think if you're just going for like absolute memes of like pumping out mortal wounds, yeah, just take the -1 OC, take the -1 leadership, take the Noxious Blightbringer, so you've got -3 OC, -3 leadership, -1 OC, and just launch triple Plagueburst Crawls at the targets you want to try and OC, try and battle shock, and then have the Knight A-bomb and the Chaos Lord try and pump out mortal wounds as well. Typhus can stay to just again more mortal wounds. Look, it's not good. It's straight up not good. I tried the drawing out at the start of the edition. It's definitely not worth it, but it'll be funny. So yeah, that's basically all the changes I'd make for the meme value is get the third PBC in somehow, take a Lord of Chaos Lord in Terminator army instead of Lord of Contagion, because again, just amp up the pulsing mortal wounds if you're going for it with a Knight A-bomb, and yeah, just give it a whirl, see how it goes, mate. I'd love to get some feedback on that one, how it went, because that's actually going to be really funny. So do let us know how that one goes. It will be funny. I don't think you'll win, but if you do, hats off to you. But it will be really funny. Okay, so locate. I'm looking for pointers, but I want to try something different with a knight. I'm testing this out tonight, keeping Death Guard Dave happy, 2,000 points. I'm sure he'll be happy. Biology Putrefier, Sorcerer and Terminator Armor, Foul Blightspawn, Malignant Plaguecaster, so Plagueburst. So we got 10-man squad as well, Typhus, so we got the 10-man squad, a 5-man to go with the Plagueburst, so we got 2 Rhinos. Unit of Chaos Spawn, which are actually fine. Again, it's a little scoring unit, as a little bit tougher than your average Cultist. We've got a unit of 10 Cultists, so 50 points, nice. 2 Predator Destructors there, rocking the las cannon, so again, just nice, solid, long-range shooting. 2 times 3 Death Shroud. Do we have characters for them? Sorcerer and Typhus, yeah, cool. So that's fine, so one's quite tough. They're actually kind of both tough, because one's got -1 to hit, one's got the other thing. Fated Bloat Drone with Plague Spear. It's a nice little cute tradey unit early. And then we have the Knight Despoiler. So, with a dual battle cannon as well, which is really good. I played a list very similar to this one. I think the only main difference I had in mind was that... What was I doing with it? I dropped this 90-point Plague Marine unit. I'd go for another... because the thing is, for the Despoiler to work the best, it's very important to get Contagion range early. So, I would probably drop this Plague Marine squad. Because we've seen a lot of people do well with Plague Casters just on their own in a Rhino, so that's fine, you don't have to take any Marines. These Marines would probably do better as a second Bloat Drone, just because again you can get that Contagion up. It's very important to get the -1 save Contagion on to work with the Battle Cannons, because they're only natively AP1, which is AP0 because of cover. So it's very important to get that spread, so having 2 Bloat Drones is going to help that massively. You could get Chaos Spawns into another Death Guard Cultist, because again, they just like, they have the Scout and move the advance, but Spawn are also fine, like I'm totally fine with that being Spawn as well. Now, up here, by Street Fire, yep, Fat Black Spawn. Yeah, there's not too much you can really change around up here, to be fair. So, I think that is quite similar to what I used to run, basically. Now, you could drop the Nurglings in this list. The Nurglings aren't super important in this list. So what you could actually do is you could drop the Nurglings, and then you could drop the Spawn and get 2 units of Cultists there, which then gives you like 2 units that can scout forward, spread contagion, 1 unit that could hold home. The Nurglings are okay, like, but in this kind of list, like, it's very important to be have stuff that can, because you got 430 points here. It's very important you have units that can go out and score stuff, because a lot of points are being ate up here, and the 10-man squad is also 300 points. So that is a lot of points in 2 units. So you need a lot of scoring units. And Nurglings aren't great for scoring because they can't do actions. I would rather see this upgraded to Cultists. And if that costs us the Spawn, then so be it to have 3 units of Cultists. Now, obviously that's if you have 3 units of Cultists. If you do not have 3 units of Cultists, then keep the Spawn. And then, what can we do to try and get... Again, having the Plague Marines into a bloat drone helps you a bit more out there with the scoring stuff. Also, fun thing, if you keep the rhinos together with a playcaster and the 10-man, what you can do is you can peek out the playcaster boss to shoot something, have its ass near the terrain where the other rhino is, then once your rhino gets destroyed in the opponent's next turn, you can then just hop into the second rhino when the Plague Marines disembark. Now your Plague Boss is basically regenerated and it's back again, which is obviously going to be fun and quite useful for you as well. So I don't actually think there's too much I'd actually change. It would probably just be, like I said, probably swap this Plague Marines out for a bloat drone just to have more impact on the field, and then maybe try and swap these Nurglings and the Spawn into some more Cultists, because again, it's just going to give you larger screens as well if you're going to something like World Eaters, because the Despoil is very vulnerable to being ran down by World Eaters straight away. But the more you can spread contagion, the happier your Despoiler and the 2 Predators are going to be. So that's why I would try and fit in another bloat drone and the 2 more squads of Cultists on there. But yeah, it's actually a pretty good list. I've played it a few times. It's very similar to how I played mine. It's pretty much right near the same. But it's a fun list. It surprised me how fun it is. It's not the greatest list in the world, but it's definitely like fun enough to like go to like RTTs with, or play at your local club, even in competitive games. Is it going to win a Super Major? No, but like, you want to play a Despoiler? It's fucking fun. I'll give you that one. It's pretty goddamn fun. So just going to check chat quickly. Thanks for the feedback. I'll make sure to report back on my losses. main goal is just to make my opponent rage while kicking my ass. That's fair play, Krogan. That's fair play. Necrojam, there we go. Finally see chat. I'm glad you can see chat. I hope you can. I hope it's not broken. 43 Plague Marines and 1 Herald and Nurgle were absolute legends. How do we get a name on the Discord list? Is it YouTube, Patreon, or either? Yeah. So it's if you join the channel as a member of Plague Marine, you basically go to our community tab on our channel. There'll be a link there that only Plague Marine, YouTube members can see. You click that, it's an invite to the Discord, and then you can join. You got all these go down here. So you've got all these Plague Marines here, and you got people down here offline, and you also got people that have been members in the past, can't support financially anymore, which is also fine. We don't kick you from the server or anything like that. So don't worry about that. You don't have to consistently pay me to be in the Discord. Like, one and done is more than happy if that's all you want to do. But if you want to continue to support, obviously, I will not complain. I'll be very happy. It's your favourite, but oh, here I come. Fucking hell, Marty. Stop bringing the muffins. I mean, I'm very happy that you keep bringing the muffins, but Jesus Christ, 20 gifted subs, you fucking mental, dude. Thank you so much, mate. I do massively appreciate it, but you are mental, dude. Thank you so much, man. Everyone who's got gifted a membership, please give a big thank you to Mortarion's Muffle Company. You're supposed to deliver muffins, not memberships, but I'm not going to complain at the same time. Thank you so much, mate. Your support has been insane, mate. I really do appreciate it. Thanks, dude. For people who just gift it there, yep, check the community tab, join the Discord, get in here and get your list on here for submission. We're working through it as much as we can. Try and do at least 1 stream a week for this, to try and basically get through it. The Muffin Man has delivered. The Muffin Man! The Muffin Man! Terrible impressions there for you. I'm just going to have a quick sip. Thank you so much, mate. Oh, sorry, I almost went over someone there because it was a paste bin link. Let me just change my window capture a second, so you guys can see. Ooh, what? I was on the Wacom article for the upcoming roadmap this week. What we saying? Do we want to be on the roadmap? Do we want to be on the roadmap for the codex, or are we scared to get our codexes because of recent ones? Mortarion's membership package. True, it doesn't have the same ring. Actually, I'll give you that one. Mortarion's Muffin Company definitely has a bit of a better a better tune to it. I need to learn how to get what do you call like stream notifications, so it can pop up and everyone can witness buff Seymour. Not Seymour. What's it? Smithers. I haven't seen Simpsons in ages. Such a funny profile picture you got. Disflux, thank you so much for coming to Plague Marine as well, mate. Really appreciate it. Again, same applies to you. Check the thing. You can join the channel and all that. Been here 2 minutes and I'm already a member. It's good. What can we say? Mortarion's Muffin Company is very, very, very generous with his muffins. That sounds a bit odd. Yeah, I'm hyped for roadmap. Nervous but hyped. I just want to know what's going on with the game. I want to know what's going on with Chaos Demons as well. So, but yeah, zombie detachment would also be really cool. Thank you, Marty Company. I do appreciate it. Oh my cranky crow, guys, guys! Thank you so much. Thank you so much, cranky crow. This is a silly little list building stream. This isn't like what you're supposed to do. This is supposed to be me sit here and just read lists. This is supposed to be like nonsense codex review video stuff. Thank you so much, though, Cranky Krogan. It's been a good night tonight. Bloody hell, thank you so much, guys. Oh my god. So sorry, I will get onto your list here, mate. Who's the list again? Let me just double check the name. Rob. Okay, Rob. Okay, so we got Mortarion coming at the top, and we got Typhus. Then we've got Biology Putrefire, Foul Blightspawn, so again looking like a 10-man. Death Guard Sorcerer and Terminator Armor, so -1 damage, real nice. Lord of Contagion, Deadly Pathogen, blessed be. Full 10-man Plague Marines, nice. Now he's gone for the heavy melee build, that's fine. I'd usually go for 2 Plague Spewers, if you're only going for the 1 there. Which is, again, is fine. If you want to maximise output, I just like having the extra flamer because it gives you 3 flamers on Overwatch. But again, that's totally fine. It's small things. We're going for the... Ooh, Chad. 10 Blightlord Terminators. Okay. Interesting. 2 3-man Death Shrouds. 10 Poxwalkers. Fetid Bloat Drone. 2 PBCs. And a Rhino. Now, was there any messages with this? So let me have a quick look. Casually competitive local sim prior terrain. I'm a big Terminator fan, even though Blightlords aren't great. Sticking the Sorcerer with them, and the general plan is to get them into the middle of the board. Would love to get a Predator structure in here, but not sure I can lose the Drone and Pox. Objective concern. Most likely movies reducing Blightlords or chucking them in general. Possibly chuck Mortarion and Blightlord, Sorcerers and Preds spawn for 2 times drones, 6 Death Shroud with Lord of Villains. Or even chuck the Plague Marines and Blightlords to keep Morty whilst getting stuff in the above bullet points. Bonus question, on a scale of 1 to cheese, how do you guys genuinely feel about Rotagus and Morty? So Morty is like a 7 on a scale. He's good in some matchups, he's incredible in some matchups, and in some matchups he's an absolute liability. But he's perfectly fine. He's cheap, he's tough, he has a fantastic aura that in some matchups can be game winning. He's victim of the 4-up complex. Like, if he fails his 4-up invulnerables on the wrong thing and he drops dead, you're dead 325 points down. Now, on the other hand, Rotagus, however, he has the 4-up problem again, but he's got more wounds. Like, it's about the same when you factor in Morty's Feel No Pain. But the difference is he's like 100 points cheaper. Rotagus is like so stupidly like cheap for some goddamn reason. I just don't know why. But he is. And he also has a nice flamer, and he has damage 4 hits like Morty, but he has a damage 2 sweep, which is actually really, really good against Marine matchups or anything 2 wounds. So, like, if Morty's like a 6 or a 7 on the scale, Rotagus is genuinely like an 8. And he's popping up in competitive lists, so potentially pushing to like a 9 on terms of allies, because he's got a really unique aura as well. People don't really like think of playing around until it becomes relevant, and then they're like, oh, actually, I can't out-OC you now. So, to answer your scale of 1 to cheese, I genuinely feel like Morty's like a 7. Rotagus is actually like sitting around 8 at the moment. Morty can be like a 6 in some matchups, and Morty can go all the way down to like a 5 in some matchups, like against like some horrible gun lines. But at the same time, if you run into an army that's all about -1 damage, like Dark Angels spamming Deathring Knights, Morty's suddenly like a 9. So like Morty's very matchup dependent is what I'm trying to get across to you. Now, you're saying here that it's a casual competitive scene and you're a big Terminator fan. Blightlords, I'll be honest, aren't great. However, that being said, oh, I didn't actually change the input so you guys can't even see the list. Let me have a look. Why won't you... Can you please pick up my... No, okay, it's not letting me pick up the window. Give me a second, I'm going to close bloody that. That's annoying. New window, capture. Sorry about this, guys, it's just been a bit of a bugger. Add a new source, there we go. Let me load that up. And the insert, because this one's a paste bin, that's all I've just got to upload the paste bin. So can you please pick up the... No, you don't want to pick that up? Okay, for some reason it's refusing to pick it up. How am I going to do this for you guys? Trying to think, because for some reason it's not picking up... Why are you not picking up Opera? Let me try on Google Chrome then. Sorry about this, guys, a little bit unprofessional here, but for some reason my Streamlabs is like, nope, that doesn't exist, that screen, I will not pick it up, which is very frustrating. It's definitely not what I'd like. Right, window capture. There we go. Got it. Okay, there we go. Cool. Right. With Nurglings not being able to do actions, is it worth dropping a squad of them and picking up a Tallyman? So, Nurglings are still good, because they can stop stuff like infiltrating opponents, getting where they want to be. You also stop stuff like scout moves, but they're not there really for scoring secondaries anymore. It's for that denial. Now, they can score some secondaries. If you were just putting them on home or something like that, Tallyman has been taken by a few people. Tallyman's a bit unreliable and doesn't take up too much space, though. So I would still prefer just like a squad of cultists. But, like, you can drop Nurglings and not feel too bad unless you're in, like, a World Eater or Votan heavy meta, something that has a lot of Scout, then probably keep your Nurglings, because stopping the Scout is actually worth the value there. So just be aware of that. So in this list here, I don't want to take away your Blightlords, because you say you really enjoy them. There's nothing wrong with that. What I would say, though, is... So, on your Blightlords, you've got the 2 Spewers, nice, you get 2 Bounties. Yes, you got as many guns as you can get. So, what I would do is... I'd actually put your Lord of Contagion with the Blightlords rather than -1 damage, because this actually makes them hurt, and hurt pretty hard. Because again, they can reroll all wound rolls, they've got like 4 or 5 attacks each, so you can just fish for lethal hits, which actually means that they can't just be hit by a vehicle and then stand there looking like dumbasses. It actually means you can slap things quite hard, especially when you get the sustained hits going as well. So actually in that squad, I like the Lord of Contagion better. I would rather have the Sorcerer and Terminator armor in one of the Death Shroud squads, to be honest with you. Because -1 damage and -1 to wound is actually kind of annoying to get through. So that's actually, like, okay there. So I don't actually mind that too much. Now, so I'm not going to remove your Blightlord bricks. I don't want to do that to you. So you want to try and get a Predator Destructor in here somewhere. Right, okay, so let's see where we can get a Predator Destructor in here. Right, so let's go back to... Opera, I've got sprues in the way of my screen because I've been building my War Dogs. So where could we actually get in the... So what you could do is, in this specific list, you could potentially downgrade the PBCs both to Predator Destructors. That would then also free up 100 points, because if you're worried about like the scoring stuff, that 100 points then could get you like 2 units of Cultists. So you have the Predators, and again, this list... So Plagueburst Crawlers right now are struggling a bit. They're not doing too hot. What makes Plagueburst Crawlers great is when you have fast-moving units that can land a Boil Blight and -1 save on something for the indirect. Your list isn't running that kind of thing. Your list is very firmly let's brawl in the middle. So I would rather have them go down to Predator Destructors because they're just better shooting platforms. And then you also can get the extra points. You can either go for another Bloat Drone, for example, with the 90 points out of the 100 you got spare. Or if you're really worried about your scoring potential, you shove in 2 units of Cultists and now you have quite a bit of like ability to run around and score whilst the Terminators are all brawling in the middle. Now, one thing you could also do is with the Plague Marine unit, if you wanted the Blightlords to stay as the tougher unit, so you wanted the Sorcerer in there, the Plague Marines have to kind of work in tandem because the Plague Marines bring the punch. It's the whole Hammer and Anvil combo. But I think that's probably the change I'd first make here would be, again, Predator Destructors to these 2 guys here. And then getting some extra scoring or another Bloat Drone. The other reason for the Cultists being good in this list is if you're against a very aggressive list and you have kept this stuff off the board in Deep Strike, if someone pushes your shit in real quick, you might not have anywhere to Deep Strike very good. So having stuff that can scout, move advance, just make giant screens even, just to stop people blocking you out for a turn, that can be extremely helpful for you to getting your Terminators where you want them to go. So yeah, I think that's probably my because I don't want to take away the identity of your list. It's casual competitive, like you said. So put the PBCs down to Preds. Use the extra 100 points there to fit into units of cultists. See how that feels. Again, we talk about small changes first. We don't want to rip a list apart and completely rebuild it because people have a bad experience with it, think it's shit, and it's not. It's more because you've basically took what you used to play in, reworked it entirely, and now you've got to learn an entire different play style. The best lists are made by small adjustments. So for you, mate, that's my initial assessment would be put these guys down to Predator Destructors, get some more scoring in there with another Bloat Drone or 2 units of cultists. Part of that, I'm actually happy for it to stay as it is. Really nice big brick, 2 units of 3 Terminators or reactor stuff, and you've still got a big 10-man fights first there. So there's a lot of nasty mid-table melee output, and again, the Predators are just a bit more reliable than PBCs for shooting. And they're also just a bit scarier, like the guns like Strength 12 on the last cannons is compared to 10 on the Entropy, and the top gun is just a little bit better than the Plagueburst Mortar, which right now, unless you've got fast-moving Boil Blight plays and indirect hitting on 4s, they're just not that great. They're much better for being aggressive like Flamers. So that's something else you could do, is just swap them for Flamers if you wanted to not go out and buy more models, is run them with Flamers instead. Obviously then opens you up to a bit of a weakness on the anti-tank front. So yeah, try those changes out, mate. Let us know how that goes. So let's get back to the Discord page, which is now apparently not letting me see it. Great. Yeah. Can we go back to the Discord, please? No? We're not going back to Discord? This thing is so stupid. Right, give me 2 seconds. Please find the Discord so you can see everything else now. Part the one thing I'm asking you for. So even though we were just on it, now Streamlabs is like, I can't detect your Discord. It's like we were literally just on it. Window display capture. I could just do display capture. There we go. There we go. There we go. Panic at the oh mate, literally. There we go. Hey, there we go. We're back. Okay. So move on to Jacob, Virginia, and Moustache. So, list of stuff. Okay. Dirty Dozen. So we got a Balance Future there. Foul Blight Spawn, Plagueburst, with 2 5-mans in there. Chaos Spawn, Chaos Cultist, Death Guard, Predator Destructor, 3 extra Terminators, 2 Fetid Bloat Drones, and double Carnivore. Okay. This is quite a cool list. So there's a lot of dudes, a lot of triple Predator is going to give you a really nice shooting fire base there. Double Chaos Spawn sort of play up close with the cultists. Then you've got a Plagueburst and the 10-man sort of push up. 3-man in reserves with double Carnivores. Love you bit about dropping a 5-man in the Plagueburst for a 3rd drone. Any play in this list also considered a 3rd Carnivore by dropping cultists in a 5-play. Okay, so what you could do here is you could actually drop the 2nd 5-man. That's totally fine. And then you could put the Fetid Bloat Drone in, which is totally fine. Or you could go for another Carnivore if you drop the cultists, like you said. Then basically, if you can change the Bloat Drones to like Mowers, or at least have like 2 Mowers and 1 Spitter if you go 3 Bloat Drones, people panic a lot when they're being ran down by a lot of that stuff. Now, I've just realised I'm hiding behind the screen, aren't I? Silly thing. There we go. There we go. So, people do panic if you're running it with that much melee. So you can make a really good pressure list here where the Plague Marines in the Rhino stage, the Plagueburst stages, the Bloat Drones kind of expose themselves, the Carnivores play a bit safer. So the idea is basically you want to have it so that if the opponent wants to kill the War Dogs, they have to put themselves in extreme danger of being charged by the Flesh Mowers. Flesh Mowers go into the first wave, and they also need to be in threat or danger range of the Plagueburst / Plague Marines. The Carnivores sort of are the second wave when the Terminators come in and the Plague Marines get out. It all wants to go out in the second turn basically, and you're looking to threat overload your opponent. So it's very much a case of We get to turn 2 or 3, depends on the game, read the game and how it's going, and you unleash everything. The Destructors are there to basically keep people honest. It's to, again, you're just going to say, okay, if I brought all melee in this game, my opponent could put a tank on this angle here. I'll never get to charge it because he can screen it easily and it's going to shoot everything all game. Cool, let's use the Predators to cover that lane. So if my opponent wants to go there, I'll be able to shoot him. Having triple Predators for that reason is really, really good. Like, it's just the super cost efficient shooting that's going to like shore up this list. You're going to have a lot of melee pressure with the Carnivores and the Bloat Drones, followed by the wave of Plague Marines and Death Shroud. So having that shooting there is just going to keep opponent back. So yeah, I actually agree with your output there. I would drop this Plague Marines, put them into a Bloat Drone, drop 2 of them to Flesh Mowers if possible again. Thanks for the gift, guys. Aiden's birthday came out. Yeah, so Laser Chicken's going to be like, you don't need a birthday present now. The guy's gifted you so many things. That's probably what she's going to say. So I actually do like that there. So let me check what else you put at the bottom. I've played a couple of matches, have had good luck with the Chaos Spawn, especially for secondaries. I've only played into T-Sons, planning on bringing this to GT. Not sure if I'm missing anything to other factions. Looking for lists that can apply upfield pressure though, so it's definitely going to do that. Through shooting lanes of the Preds, yep, definitely going to do that. Aggressive, charging, clash, counter. Yeah, so you know the playstyle already. You do 100% of the playstyle already, so that's totally fine. I would drop that for second 5-man then, definitely. If you want more pressure, adding more pressure to this list is going to be better. The second 5-man is okay. It's usually used for utility like flipping a primary, but if you're playing pressure, your entire goal is to not let them have a primary in the first place. So bringing along that extra Carnivore, that extra Bloat Drone is going to make that even stronger. Now, what would this struggle into at the top? So Sisters, if they have a whiff turn, you can actually punch them quite hard. Because again, they only have melters, you could make a couple of invulns. Again, that's the one benefit we do have against Sisters, is we have invulnerables on our vehicles, unlike a lot of people who just die. So that's pretty good. Plagueburst actually surprises Sisters a lot on how much you can kill, which is quite funny. Carnivores are really good, again, 14-inch moves great, and they got great OC. I'm trying to think, the Chaos Spawn are actually really good for trading early, so I'm glad you're keeping them in if you like them. You've got Cultists for holding home, you could obviously also leave Spawn for holding home. I don't think there's too much that actually changed, pal. Like you said, dropping that second 5-man Plague Marines for something else that's going to apply immediate pressure to your opponent. They're going to look at it and be like, oh shit. The problem is, if you go for a Carnivore and lose the Cultist, you're going to have to leave Spawn at home, so now you've only got 1 Spawn to play outfield. Or you'll have no Cultist for like scout moves, stuff, shenanigans. So I actually would probably just go for the Bloat Drone. So I'd go triple Bloat Drone, 5-man plus Playcaster, or you could even drop all the Plague Marines from the Playcaster bush and go full pressure and be like, okay, cool, what can we do with those extra 90 points? Maybe then you can go like, you know, Playcaster bus with just the Playcasters in it. Maybe then you drop us Chaos Monks and you get triple Carnivore. But again, then you're running out of space to deploy because you got to try and fit in 3 Predators, 2 Rhinos, and 3 Carnivores, which is kind of hard to fit in there. So I actually would go with the 2 and the 3. I actually think this will do pretty well. Again, if you're used to the playstyle of it, this is a good pressure list. That is the only change I think I'd make for now, mate, would be, like I said, Plague Marines out, this 5-man here, into another Bloat Drone. And again, just keep applying that pressure. And again, maybe try and fit in a Flesh Mower or 2, because the other thing with Flesh Mowers is, as well, people are starting to cotton on, especially, like, Sisters don't like Flesh Spitters, I'll say that for sure. But Dark Angel matchup and stuff like that, Spitters they don't really give 2 shits about. Like, Assault Intercessors can charge you, and Blue Angel Assault Intercessors have a decent chance of killing a Bloat Drone on a charge. And what they're doing at the moment is, they don't really care about the Overwatch. The Overwatch on average kills, like, a Marine. Like, they don't really care. They'll chuck a grenade strat, they'll charge you mortals and then punch you. Now, if they survive that, when you fall back, you then have to shoot them in your turn, and then, like, you might kill a couple, somebody else has to shoot it. The argument for Flesh Mowers at the moment is, if someone tries that same move, so they charge you but they don't kill you, you can potentially just kill them in their own turn right there and then, because 10 Flesh Mower attacks at AP2, has the damage 2 is the important bit, has a good chance to kill them. So people throwing models into it, as well as it bringing lethal hits, which the Flamers don't. So lethal hits can actually still park up next to like a Rhino and actually kind of potentially threaten it, because lethal hits are lethal hits. It can happen, and they're 2 damage each. Whereas with Plague Spitters, people can just throw vehicles into it. Yes, you're fallback shooting charge totally, so you can't really lock it down. But again, if I put let's say I put a Predator on a point with OC4, and you have a Bloat Drone nearby with Flamers on it, I don't give a shit. You can drive next to me, you can spray me, you can wound me on like 6s or 5s, whatever, maybe do like 2 damage to me. You can't auto-steal me off the point, I'm just going to ignore you. And I'll shoot you when I want to. If he's a flesh mower, however, I have to be like, oh, he could roll lethal hits, he could just roll 5s to wounds. If, like, you know, a couple go through, I could then get bracketed. And then all it takes is, like, you know, another turn of combat. I can't fall back and shoot myself. Like, it's kind of annoying. Like, and he could potentially kill me at that point. Like, if something was to, like, shoot me and do, like, 4 damage to me, he's only got to get 3 lethals through and I'm, like, dead. So it's like, ooh, the damage 2 is much more threatening directly rather than saying, oh, it's damage 1, anti-infantry 2 up. Obviously, you lose the Overwatch threat, but again, in this list, like, you've got the Plague Marine unit, 10-man. If that can Overwatch, that will probably be Overwatching. If the Death Shroud Terminators can Overwatch, that will probably be Overwatching. A lot of things are going to Overwatch before a single Spitter Bloat Drone does. So it's probably like your last priority. So yeah, there's an interesting case for, again, combine it with a Tank Shock as well, Krogan. Because then you can go in, Tank Shock it, potentially do like 3-4 mortal wounds if you're lucky. And then again, it's like, okay, now I'm 3 lethal hits away from dying, whereas the Flamer's like, cool, you've got a 1 damage free attack Plague Probe and you spray me and wound me on 6s, like, who cares? It's the mental effect on people, why Flesh Mowers might be a bit better as well. So yeah, let us know how that goes, Jacob. I do like that pressure list. Not my kind of list, because I'm not very good at pressure, but if there was a pressure list I'd play, that's looking definitely like something I'd be playing. Okay, Rusty, bring it. Well, so this is probably the last one for tonight, guys. Just because I'm on my own, it's really hard on the throat at the moment, and but I'm going to try and get into next week because we did miss last week just because of the Super Major and everything got really busy in my life, so I didn't even get any videos up. It was not a great week for content. I apologise. We do have more content. I think I've already got 3 things up this week plus the stream. I've got another video coming out in 2 days probably, which is an interview with the guys who actually went 6-0 with Death Guard recently. So, and they're talking about their list. It's a very allies heavy list using a lot of like brigands, and Rotagus. So interesting takes there and sort of helping to teach me even how to play with allies, because as you guys know, I'm not really a massive ally person, but as of right now I am, because I'm going to try new stuff out so I can better inform you guys and talk about stuff better. Plus they're just pretty good at the moment, and it's been a long time waiting for a codex, so I'm waiting for the codex to sort of mix things up as well. Jacob Virginia, thanks for all you do this channel and all the feedback. Keep up the grandfather's work. Let you know the changes go this new list. Flesh mowers go brrr. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat there, Jacob. Yeah, you were very welcome, mate. I'm super happy making the content for this channel. Sort of trying to keep Death Guard up there and sort of educate people who are new to the army. And for people who know the army, like a lot of you yourselves are actually veterans of the army, even if I don't have anything to particularly teach you, it's just fun to chat with you about Death Guard and sort of like list build and like talk about concepts and stuff like that. So yeah, well, thank you, Jacob, for supporting the channel, and thank you for tuning in. And obviously, thank you for the super chat there, mate. I appreciate it. Mortarion's Muffin Company, remember to like the stream, everyone. Yes, it's very important. In fact, if you don't like the stream, my dog goes to bed crying every night. Every night that we don't get at least, how many likes are we on that? Refresh it. It's very important. I'm making a very sad story here for the viewers. It's very important we get it right. 17. If we don't get at least 25 likes, that dog is going to cry himself to sleep. So pressure's on you guys, really. Like, you guys can be the heroes of the monsters of this story. I'm not being an emotionally blackmailing person. It's not in my nature. I'm just letting you know the consequences of your guys' actions.
You'll cry as well.
I will also cry. No, if I cry, they won't like it. Everyone bullies me on this Discord. So there you go. Okay, if you don't like the video, I will grow to 6 foot. This jumps up to like 100 likes instantly. That would fuck off. Okay, so Rusty, so Balance Putrefire, Foul Blight Spawn, Lord of Contagion with Deadly Pathogen, Mortarion, Typhus, so very, very standard package here. Very, very solid. Very, very solid. Liked on mobile and TV account, god damn it. I'm not getting to 6 foot, but at least the dog won't be crying. 10-man Plague Marine, 2 5-man Plague Marines, Rhino, 2 5-mans. Do we have anything to support the second 5-man? No, okay, interesting. Okay. Cultist, Predator, Annihilator. Also interesting. Death Shroud, Blood Drone, Plagueburst Crawler. Okay, so the Predator Annihilator, I I'm 6'2", you're not at least 6 foot. No, unfortunately, the hints in my second name, Smalley, I'm 5'7", of which the Discord members will never let me forget. I am constantly bullied in the chat for being 5'7". Unfortunately. The hints in the second name. It'd be worse if I was Aiden Talley and was actually short. Predator Annihilator. Now, the Annihilator's weird. I used to run Annihilator, and for some reason it overperformed every game, and I don't know why, because it really shouldn't. Like, statistically, it shouldn't, but it just did. Shut up now. I'm not 5'6", fuck off. So, the Predator Annihilator can potentially be spiky. Now, mathematically, the Destructor is better in pretty much every single way. There is realistically no reason to run the Annihilator unless you believe in the Annihilator, as I found out. Because when you believe in him, for some reason, he'll pull through for you. Now, that being said, there is obviously a lack of ranged anti-tank. We do have a single Plagueburst Crawler down here, which is got entropy cannons, which is okay again. I told you the chat were just going to bully me on height. Little haters. 5.6. What have you done? So, you could instantly swap out for Destructor. It's probably just going to be better in general. But again, if you find like the Annihilator's doing well for you, I'm 5'8", I tower over it. Stop! I'm fucking losing track now. I'm sorry, Rusty. The bullying. So yeah, I would actually probably go with. You could also drop the single Plagueburst Crawlers are okay. I prefer single Plagueburst Crawlers when they're sat on home with flamers to protect it. One doesn't tend to do much, especially with the indirect nerf. So like this could go into a second Predator here, which would also free up 50 points. It's something I'd probably do. PBCs are just kind of struggling at the moment. I feel like you run 0, you run 3, and if you run 3, you drive it far. I just read the chat. You have to run it forward and be aggressive to make use of the 2-up save profile. It makes it tough. I think if you want shooting platforms, Predators are just better at the moment. Not as tough, admittedly, but for point for the firepower they put out, Predators are just better. So you could probably drop it down to a Predator Destructor. Technically, you should change that to a Destructor, but again, if you believe in it, you believe in it. So that would free up 50 points. What could we then do with the 50 points? That'd be great to get like a second unit of cultists in there, or again, you could just get Poxhawk, something to hold home. Now, the more interesting thing is the 2 squad of unupgraded Plague Marines. So these are still fine. I used to run these, but I used to run them with. Since then, I've been playing Demons. That's fair, mate. I am praying Demons are still getting a book. I hope the rumor isn't true, even though it would be good for Death Guard, because Demons were my first main army. I love the army, but I like playing all the gods, so I really hope you can still play Mixed God, because I've been wanting to paint them and build them for ages, but I'm just too scared to do it, because like GW just shit canned all the Blood Angels models. I'm scared they'll do it for Demons as well. Hopefully they won't, though. I run a list of only Night Lancers to compensate for my... Tippy toes are strong. It's okay, Dale. All of you, all 3 thought of you. Thanks, man. I'm like the tiny Wolverine. I'm like the tiny Wolverine. I'm just in the car like. Yeah. That's the most minor thing of it. Thankfully, I have what those chairs called? They put babies in. I have one of them for when I go. Yeah, I have a high chair for when I go to my tournaments. I just have to set up my high chair, and my opponent has to place me in it. So and then I can't reach the models. I have to like point them and go. Please, can you move that, sir? And they move it for me. I have to say uppy. I have to go to my opponent and go uppy, please.
Imagine your neck broke looking up on.
So this is quite cool. It's a very balanced toolbox list. So actually, the 2 5-mans in the second Rhino are more there for like denying like primary. So you like get out, you move on to primary 10 OC and deny it. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I find it's not as it's kind of important in Pariah, kind of not. It's a very strange one, Pariah. I would try and run it with. I want to get like a plague bus in there, but again, it's not really too necessary. You do have a lot of units, which is the good thing about this. Like, you've got a lot of units, so you're going to be scoring fine. So that's actually okay. The main concern I've got is probably what's going to be sort of running up with Mortarion. Mortarion needs to either be eating rounds for people and sort of keeping them safe by his bulk, or he needs to be using his aura for the best possibility. So the aura is really good for Predators. Regalling ones to wound makes him a lot more reliable. You do have Triple Bloat Drone, which is always good to move up with Mortarion, because again, they're so cheap. And it's like, do you deal with Mortarion or do you deal with 3 separate Bloat Drones? I'm glad people are enjoying the high chair uppy to my opponent comment. That's you know, we'll see. Yeah, it's I'm a new walker, mate. So you've got a second wave coming in with some Death Shroud Terminators. Now, one thing you could do is, because this list doesn't have, you have like one sort of like very glass cannon unit here, because you already got quite a lot of units. If you were to downgrade this Plagueburst Crawler, use those 50 points for a cultist unit, I would actually potentially put your Death Shroud together into a big 6-man, just to give you another solid brick, and then Typhus can go solo. So you're not losing any units because, again, the PBC is 50 points to be used for a cultist, so you're having the same total amount of units for scoring secondaries, so you're not losing out on that. Let me take the dog's under my chair, running over my sprues. But you are going to get a bit more extra utility out of your... and you have the option of the big 6-man. It gives you like that anchor unit, because right now, like, Morty's like the most defensive thing you've got. So having a second big defensive... And again, it's just a second huge threat, because if you position turn to 1 and turn 2, potentially if you're going second, to just get safe in the mid-board, and then you have this big turn where the big 6-man brick rapid ingress is, plus Mortarion comes out, and then the bloat drones can like be coming out as well. And at this point, you've just traded like cultists and some 5-mans from the rhinos. You're in a really good like spot to like smash into your opponent. So actually, yeah, that's probably what I'd go for. Plagueburst Crawler down to a Predator, plus another unit of cultists. Condense the Death Shrouds together. Typhus can then go solo, or again, if you need him to be defensive on the Terminators, he can go in the squad. Again, mix it up between games. And then you have a big 6-man brick. You've got the 10-man there. You've got 2 5-mans and the 2 cultists to sort of like do early trades. Morty and the triple bloat drone with the Predator's fire support. So that's probably what I'm going to suggest here. I actually quite like that. That's quite nice. That's quite a nice rounded list in my head. And it's going to be good for you to learn. You got a bit of everything there as well. So if you did play it again, Rusty, I know you're on Demons Zone, but if you did play it again, they're the changes I think I'd make, mate. But yeah, I hope that's good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pin Calamity here. So Calamity, you'll be first up next time, mate. Again, we'll try and do 2 next week to make up for last week's missed one. Aiden the Garden is always green around the Discuss Resilient podcast. Great work, my man. Playing Marine since day one. Thank you so much, Prometheus. Honestly, Prometheus, I was half expecting you to fit in a small joke there. I was supposed to be the Garden is always greener on the other side of the fence. Too bad you're too short to get over the fence or something like that. I thought it was going to be something like that. I'm glad it wasn't, though. Thank you so much, mate. And thank you so much for being a Plague Marine since day one as well, mate. I really, really appreciate it. And I know you have been, because I think you were the first ever donation as well. So you can hold that crown very high. You're more of a Blight Lord than a Plague Marine at this point, but thank you so much for the ongoing support. But yeah, I'm probably going to wrap up sort of here-ish. Just a quick chat with sort of before we go out. Fuck off, Tell. That's so bad. You just read that. You upset the dog with that one. Short King is in right now. That is true, I'm a Short King, right? Girls like short guys. Looking forward to the WoW experience. I've been playing it for the past 3 days. I did the naughty thing. I pre-ordered and got the early access. I know I'm not supposed to, but I've been very much enjoying it. It's been very, very good. Oh, is that your Amazon?
Possibly.
Amazon at this time. But yeah, so in terms of upcoming, obviously we're going to have a lot to talk about with the hopefully Codex roadmap reveal next week. Wednesday coming in. So it's this week, sorry, 2 days is it? So that'll be really interesting. Hopefully we are on there, and then we can start having like, you know, episodes where like things we want to see from the army. Yeah, that is a good point. That is a good point. Being a Blight Lord is a downgrade. You have to be a Death Shroud then, because yeah, that is a good point. I forgot about that. My bad. So hopefully we'll have some stuff to talk about there. Like I said, we got a video coming up with the interview of the guys who won an event recently with Death Guard. Again, we'll have Infection Critical. It's just, again, it's a quick 15-minute video, best Death Guard list of the week. I do want to do another Perfect Plague. I enjoyed making that video again. I know it's been a while since we did it, so if you guys have a army that you want to know how to beat, again, preferably that's got a codex out, otherwise I get, like, you know, wasted. I get wasted content, unfortunately, so please leave it, let us know right now. I'll leave it in the comment section, because it'd be really, I really do need to know which armies you want to see, so I can go and, you know, do my research and whatnot. things you want to see in 11th at this point, basically. Yeah, we're just kind of on the waiting list. Well, but hopefully all shall be answered and all shall be revealed very soon. And I'm also going to be doing a what do you call it? I'm doing another video for Assembly to Annihilation, talking about people who may be going to the first ever event and how to prepare for it, what to think about, things like that. Because again, Assembly to Annihilation is made for new players getting into the army. We've talked about how to build up to 2,000 points, and now I think a good video for that would be, you know, potentially taking it the next step further and attending your first local little event, because it can be intimidating. So it'd be cool to have a video on that for people as well. 5 foot in real life, 10 foot in my rotten armor. that's what I'm gonna say as well. That's me, previous. I'm 10 foot, I swear. Sisters, oh god, sisters, that'll be the sisters one might have to wait for the first balance patch, because I feel like they're gonna get nerfed again, because they're still kind of stupid at the moment. So, but again, if not, we can do it. So we shall see. We shall see. Yeah, that's fine. I can definitely do that then, Cranky. We'll definitely do a video on attending your first event and things that you should be looking out for and wanting to do, and you know what you should take, what you should prepare, expectations, things like that. But yeah, I think for now that's about everything. Hopefully we'll have Death Guard Dave or Will to join us again next time, because they were unfortunately busy this one. Normally Dave obviously joins me for these, but hopefully it's not been too bad for you. My throat is starting to get a little dry now, but. Yeah, your dice, yeah. No, I thought you said oh nice, because I thought you like got killed or something in your game, and you're like oh nice. Yeah, before you guys go anywhere, so let me just so Dave has ordered a bunch of these things here. So we have some disgustingly resilient dice that have been being created currently. So they are orange / gold, yellow, pipped white dice. We did have a look at the green one, so obviously Nurgle, but the green one didn't look right with the yellow, with obviously the yellow's our logo. So we're making some of these as prototypes right now. Hopefully they come out decently well. So we're going to obviously, you know, play around with them. Dave's hoping to get the first batch in the next week or so, or a week, couple weeks. If you guys are interested in some of these disgustingly resilient dice, then just let Death Guard Dave know. He's just taking a note of people for like, so we can look at numbers and stuff like that. Dave is dealing with the logistics of this one. Dave is thankfully taking up the helm. He's far more experienced than I am. But yeah, Dave has took the leap. He has got some prototypes being made currently. So if you guys are interested in picking up some disgustingly resilient dice, let Dave know. I need those. Well, let Dave know in the general chat. Just ping his name and just say that you're interested in the dice. Just so we can keep note of how many people are going to be interested, because we don't want to have anyone obviously be potentially disappointed. We want everyone to be able to get dice if they are interested in the dice. We're trying to take our next step and sort of like, you know, make stuff. I think so. If I remember correctly, they'll be shipped from Dave directly, because Dave is ordering a bulk order for himself. But if there is, I can't remember if they're being made here, if they're being made in America. I'll have to check with Dave again. These questions are better for Dave in the Discord, so tag him and ask him. But if they are made in America, I know they're being made from like STL files, not STL. Like we obviously provide them with the image, and they can upload it. So if you are in America and you obviously want to get some made, and you're worried obviously about shipping costs, reach out to us, because we might be able to provide you with the image, and then you can go to the company directly. And then obviously they do make them in like batches of like 25. Obviously it's cheaper if you get them, you know, mass made. But if you want them making specifically for yourself, it might be a bit more expensive personally. But that's something we can do, because it might offset the cost of delivery. But again, speak to Dave about it. He knows a lot more than I do. I'm just obviously spitballing at the moment. But yeah, there is something we are doing. So hopefully, we want to see they come out well as well first. That is one thing we want to see. We want to make sure these things come out nicely. Yeah, I'll pin it. Pin. There you go. Pin it. There you go. Pin, mate. Yeah, that would also be good. Yeah, Dice Bag would actually be a cool one. That would be a cool one as well. For Comrade, who just typed that, I think it's Wednesday, mate. I think it's Wednesday for America.
What?
I think, or Thursday. It's like I know it's like in the night for me on Wednesday, so it's like Thursday morning for me in the UK. So it's like Thursday 2 a.m. or something. the scrapyard or on counterattack base in the UK both make custom dice. Yeah, so we'll find a way to try and hopefully everyone can get access to the dice as well. But yeah, for those as well who just joined, feel free to join our 1 hour a night. We're just doing a little challenge at the moment, trying to. I failed it a few times. It's not something you have to hold yourself to. It's not like you're out, you failed it. Like, the idea is try and just get at least a little bit of paint done a night. Doesn't even have to be an hour. Just some form of hobby a night done. So like today, my hobby's been building this brigand here, and I've started the legs on the second one here. So like I'm hoping to get my brigands both built by the end of tonight. So that means I can slap some paint on them soon. But yeah, we've got all sorts of things. So come and join the Discord if you've just been given a membership there. So the link to it is in the community tab on the YouTube page. But yeah, I think that's I would love a dice bag or a Nurgle Baron dice bag, and they sent me a Skaven. Oh, that sucks. We're not Skaven. They're Pestilence. Not the same. Different. Very different. Also, check out this knight. How cool is that? How cool is that? I'm coming around to the knights slightly. What town am I? I live in Manchester, mate. So north of England. That's where I live. Did I put Tuesday? I'm an idiot. I meant Thursday. I'm sorry. But yeah, so for now, everyone, I'm probably going to head off. I'm going to go grab a shower and whatnot, and then
Wow.
I'm going to build a brigand, then probably like try and like play some more WoW, because I'm an absolute gremlin at the moment. I meant Thursday. Come on, I do apologize. So I have nothing left except Spider-Man, but it's War Dogs instead. Well, you know, it is what it is, I'm afraid. So thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. Again, look forward to some more content coming this week, and we will have, obviously, myself, Will, and Dave will be here to chat about the roadmaps that get announced, and I'm sure we'll have lots to discuss, so that should be good. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for the amazing support tonight, guys. Thank you for mocking my height. How many likes when there's a dog crying?
Pardon?
Refresh the like page.
Die.
You won't die. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Don't worry if she dies now. It'll be on my head. Did we hit 25? 22. Dog's gonna cry tonight, everybody. It's fine. Don't worry. I'll give him extra treats. That means I get to be 6 foot at least. Woo! So thank you so much, everyone. We'll catch you all on the next episode. Take care and goodbye for now. See you later.